hydraulic press that will make forms on tubes, and we're using polyurethane bladders. Coming across here, we look at the reservoir in the back here. This is an automatic or manual machine, and you see the two palm buttons, and those two palm buttons always have to be used for automatic, or at least one button for the manual. There's never one hand free. Right here we're looking at, there's two hydraulic motors that move the clamps in and out. One on this side and one on the other side. You look at the control panel here. The top button is the top left button is the top cylinder. The right button is the bottom cylinder. These two switches are for the left clamp motor and the right clamp motor. And the start button starts the system, and the emergency cutoff. We're looking at the clamp dies here. We've got the left one and the right one. And these are moved in and out with the hydraulic cylinders. This big ring right here is more or less the clamp rings that retain the forming dies, which are these right here, in place, while the top cylinder up here, this cylinder here, and it's controlled by micro switches or proximity switches up there. We're going to do a dry run without any part. So go ahead and AC start. Now the top clamp is coming down. This is the donut that surrounds. Now you hear that pressure, the field check valve holding that still. Now the top cylinder, which is internal, is forming. That pressure also, you just heard a noise that backs up. The clamp cylinder comes back up. Okay, now we're going to run a part itself. We're going to come up here. You see where we put the part inside the dies. You'll hit the two palm buttons. The clamp's closed. The top cylinder, the top clamp, or the donut, is surrounding the dies. It'll come down. It's got a timer to build up the pressure with the field check valve. The top cylinder is now forming. When you hear a noise that reached the pressure to form, it's now retracting. And when it makes a top proximity switch, the bottom cylinder will go up until it makes the proximity switch. When that switch is made, the two clamps open up, the part is finished. And there's the part right there. Okay, he's holding the finished part in his hand. There it is. Up. And there's the part fully formed. Okay, now we're looking at the other side of the machine here. This is the starter box and this is the transformer. And of course it's connected up to the control system. And then we go around here. We're coming to the hydraulics part of the unit. There's the back of the hydraulic motor right there. Over here is all the cylinders. Right here is the pressure reducing valve for the motors because they're operated at low pressure. And up here you can see the valves. And these are the valves that control the clamp cylinder, the top cylinder. Now we're here at the back of the machine. We're looking at the motor. And up here, as I said, here's the manifold that houses the solenoid valves. And here's the relief valve that sets the system pressure. Now these two valves here at the end are for the hydraulic motors to open up and close the clamps. This valve here in the center, which has a PHF valve on it, is for the top cylinder, and the valve here on the end is for the lower cylinder, which is the clamp. We're on the other side of the machine here. We're looking at the reservoir gauge, what oil is in it. This is the cap for filling the old reservoir. Here's the hydraulic pump. Here's the system pressure gauge. And up here again is a relief valve for the left hydraulic motor. It's a very simple system, and it operates very efficiently. Changing of the tooling is very easy. At the top cylinder, there are the two proximity switches, the one on the top for the return, and one on the bottom for the forward. As we come down here, these two cylinders are in one assembly. This is the bottom cylinder. Again, the donut, the dies. Another product designed and built by AMH.